Hello, this is Brian again. Welcome to my next installment in my Chilao area, Peak 5698 in Chilao area hike. So, the video I shot last time when I was in Chilao Canyon was hiking along that old abandoned roadbed there. On the other side, just kind of poking around, see if I can make it out towards the meadow area. I want to show you what that looks like. Wow. See this big round thing here? This round area of disturbed soil? I had the feeling that was a huge tree. Probably a sugar pine or something. Maybe an incense cedar from a long time past. There's no real pathway except occasional traces of a game trail leading through this side. So on this side you're kind of at the whim of the terrain. It's not that too bad, but definitely want to be a little careful. A little slippery at times, but sure is beautiful over here, I'll tell you. I almost didn't even make it out today. Almost wasted my whole vacation. I remember this guy. I remember this, the first time I came through this area, I passed by this big cone Douglas fir. I remember this actual tree, two-headed one. Beautiful tree, man. Wow. The largest trees are quite a little bit further down towards Louie's cabin. There's some pretty decent sized conifers over there. And we got all these. Most of these appear to be arroyo willows that are just starting to bloom. This is that big cone Douglas fir I was talking about just seconds ago. Look at the girth on this tree. So this is a two-headed big cone. I see these occasionally. Look at the girth on this tree. Incredible. This is one of the largest girth big cone Douglas firs I've ever seen. It's not one of the tallest, but it gets up there a little bit. But it's a very girthy tree. This tree has been able to persist here probably for hundreds of years. I know big cone Douglas firs can live to at least 700 years of age, if not more, from what I've read. Big cone Douglas firs can live quite a while. I wouldn't be surprised if they could outlive some of the pines here. But sugar pines, I know, back at Cuyamaca Rancho State Park in San Diego County, used to feature some really old growth sugar pines before the 2003 cedar fire burned them all out. They used to have humongous sugar pines there, from what I understand. I'd be surprised if they vied with some of the Sierra Nevada trees, because Cuyamaca is one of the wettest places in Southern California, and they had sugar pines that were at least 900 years old. So you can imagine how big those trees were. Oh, look at that. Now, that's a beautiful big cone Douglas fir. This one's probably hundreds of years old. You can tell with some of the dead branch tips that this tree is probably resprouted from its branches from fires, probably multiple fires. But if we're talking about going towards a meadow, we're going to want to keep following this way. We're actually not, I don't think we're that far from it. It's not going to be like one of those huge meadows you have in the Sierras, those huge wet bogs and meadows that you find in the high Sierras, but it's definitely something worth taking a look at. So we're going to follow this. Looks like this is an old road bed. I'm going to have to duck under this old pine snag here if I can, so I'll get my backpack caught. Ouch. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wow. Oh my god, it's not even a snag. It's actually still alive. Sorry, buddy. Wow. Just got caught on it. What we got? All these are royal willows. A lot of these are royal willows. Maybe not all of them, but most of them. Okay, time for a little bushwhacking. When I go back, I'm going to be on the other side. I'm going to try to be on the other side of the creek, or I could probably follow the road. But we're just about to come out near the meadow area. Another beautiful big cone Douglas fir. Here we are, just about there. Okay, here we go. Just gonna go down this little gulch, little gully, and we'll be down in the low portion. It's one of these little gullies draining into Chilao Creek. There's actually a little trickle of water in there. Not much, but I guess there's a little something in there. Okay, we're just about to come out in the meadow. Here we are. It's beautiful over here too. Wren tits are chirping in the nearby chaparral. It's another one of those little drainages. Oh, old thicket of southern honeysuckle. Old thicket of it. And there's kind of the meadow slash wash. I'd say it's probably more of a wash, but this area kind of has a little bit of a meadow quality to it. Wow. This was a huge coulter pine that broke off over here, unfortunately. I thought it was a pretty big one. Down here, the coulter pines can get quite large. Just had to come over here because it's just so beautiful. Just a very, very, very lovely area. Some old manzanita thickets, coffee berry, some old rabbit brush too. And we're gonna come up to one of these little drainages that come out at Chilao Creek. Yeah, I remember coming about this far and even a little further, but this way though. Yeah, here they are. This is a royal willow right here. It's like the staminate flowers. This is a male. It's like these are the male catkins. You can see the yellow, little yellow on them. That's the pollen. So this is a male. These guys are dioecious. So you get male flowers on certain plants and females on others. All right, so maybe I'll just walk along the drainage bottom here, as long as I don't have to really bushwhack. I do apologize for the highway traffic. We are really close to Angeles Crest Highway. Really close to it. So again, coming here, I wouldn't worry too much about getting lost. You still gotta watch where you step, because it could be a hole, could be one of these cones you can trip over. Look at the size of that coulter pine cone. It's about a foot long. And you can hear all the motorcycles on Angeles Crest. There we are. Just about out in the open now. Of course, you got young coulter pines lying in the meadow. Lying in the meadow and lying in the wash. So you got a little bit of an upland meadow here. And a western fence lizard. Yeah, a lot of lizards out today. They're enjoying this warm but not overly hot weather. Yeah, I remember. This is kind of like a floodplain here. So this is more of a wash, I guess, than a true meadow, but it kind of does look like a meadow. Let's follow this, leaving a little further. Well, now I came out to at least this far the last time, but I didn't really get any footage of it. Yeah, sure pretty out here. This is Chilao Creek's wash. You can see the road on the other side. You know, on the way back I'm going to connect with it on that side, because that'll be generally easier terrain to walk on the way back. You know, a lot of young coulters out here too. A lot of young coulter pines. There's another one of those little drainage gullies washing down from the hillside. I'll have to look on Google Earth and see if the fire break goes along that. And check that area out on one of my adventure videos. So this part right here is kind of like a small meadow. Grasses, buckwheats. It looks like we got Wright's buckwheat right here. This is Eriogonum. Some people pronounce it Eriogonum. I always pronounce it Eriogonum, but this is Eriogonum Wrighti variety subscaposum. Wright's buckwheat. Nice patch of it right here. In the summertime, they'll send up these stalks that get these beautiful white flowers on them. Bees go crazy over buckwheats. But yeah, you can see this little upland area. I'm pretty sure this area has been underwater at times, because it looks like an upper alluvial plain of Chilao Wash. Because it's just the lay of the land here definitely suggests that it occasionally floods, probably during really wet times. We're just about to come up to another gully over here. Another wash that leads into Chilao Creek. A lot of little gullies washing out from the mountainside. Of course, that's one of the peaks above Chilao. I think the top of that reaches just a little over 6,000 feet. Ah, must be a good amount of underground moisture, because we got a lot of arroyo willows. I showed you what the staminate plant looks like. This is the pistillate, the female. These are going to turn into the seed capsules. These are the ones that are waiting to get pollinated. So this is a female right here. That's what the pistillate flowers look like on Salix lanceolipus. There's another female right here. This all might be from one root colony, because I'm pretty sure that, well, just like cottonwoods, willows do get clonal. So I wouldn't be surprised. These are all females right here. These are all females, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is all a portion of one clone, maybe one clonal thicket. I don't see any staminate flowers anywhere around here. Wow, this is a really cool spot. Despite being right next to the highway, you got a real good sense of seclusion over here. So I'm enjoying it. Yes, you will have to listen to the sounds of cars and motorcycles on the highway, but not a lot of people wander this far in because there's no trail, no real hardcore trail over here. Sure is pretty over here though, I'll tell you that. Go around this side so I don't have to bushwhack in the willow. There's a poodle dog bush right here. Okay. Here's a staminate one. Here's a male Roy willow. These ones I think are mostly wind pollinated. I think. Not sure though. I know bees like to go up to them. Alright, so this will lead me down to the creek bed. Hopefully without a ton of bushwhacking. There's a female. Female ones are very rich green. Male ones kind of have a lighter color. And of course, you get close to them, you'll see the bits of yellow on them. That was a cool little adventure over here. Glad I came. I'm glad I came this far. I wasn't exactly in this area. I think I had crossed not that far up ahead. Oh, I think this is at Misbun. No, Hoseckia crassifolia, variety crassifolia. These plants that are, they look like they're dead, but they're sprouting from the roots. I think that's what these are. Or maybe not. No, those are something different. It might be an Apocynnum. Might be Apocynnum cannabinum or something. So I'm going to go bushwhack through the willows. This will lead me out to the floodplain. So now I got to watch out. The bees are going to be all over here. Bees love to go on willows too. I'm just going to very gently work through there. And there's a big two-headed big-cone Douglas fir I was talking about. So here we are in the floodplain of Chilao Creek. I'm kind of glad there's a relatively thin veil of high clouds, keeping the temperatures down a little bit. So this is what Chilao Wash looks like. And that's peak 50. Ugh. I just had a gulp. That's peak 5698 right there. That's where I was a little while ago. This is just one of those days where I didn't really have anything specific in mind, so I'm just kind of going with what I feel like. I'm gonna go further upstream a little bit. Soil's very sandy here, which is to be expected. All this very finely decomposed granite washing down from the mountainsides. Part of Chilao that not everybody really gets to see unless he or she breaks out and hikes to a different location. Go off the trail a little bit. Well, I could tell with the lines in the sand, probably get dirt bike enthusiasts occasionally. But I don't really see footprints over here. Kind of felt like just exploring this area today. Kind of brought me out to a neat spot. Incredibly beautiful. Here's a handsome male Roy willow. Really nice thicket of it. Kind of gives off an aroma. Let me see if it has a fragrance. Something has a sweet fragrance. Oh well. I'll see you on the next clip before I run out of camera power here. See you on the next